So talking about that today. Over the weekend, probably like the last few days or so, my YouTube channel hit 2 million views. And it was cool. It was like, oh. But I remember when I first started on YouTube, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't have any subscribers. I didn't know anything about the platform. I literally started from scratch. And the only reason I started it was because I read an article on Steve Pavlina. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can. If you can't hear me, if you can. And if you can't hear me, I guess you can't let me know. But I read this article on Steve Pavlina, and he was talking about how blogs were like dying and that you needed to do video if you wanted, your thing to take off. And I had a blog at the time, so I was like, all right, I'm going to start this YouTube channel. So I started the YouTube channel, and so it was cool to hit 2 million views. I'm not downplaying it or anything, but what you realize is whenever you have success, wherever it is that it's not a place that you get to and then you're done. You have to keep going, and then you keep going, and then you keep going. And success has to be on your own terms, or it just doesn't even matter. And it has to be on purpose, or it just doesn't even matter, because you have to keep going. Life is this ongoing thing. You're never arrived. And so if you're doing something that you hate, or something that sucks, something that is not meaningful to you, it's literally a waste. It's literally a waste. And the thing that's funny about that is that it's very normal to do that, right? It's very normal to just do a whole bunch of stuff and have it mean nothing. It's very normal. In fact, one of the top 5 regrets of the dying is that they didn't actually live a life that was true to them and true to who they are, instead of doing it out of what other people expected of them. And that is external success. So a lot of us have external success, and it's great, but if it doesn't mean anything on the inside, it doesn't mean anything, period. It doesn't mean anything, period. Yet it's very normal. And the other thing that's so true about that is so long as you're doing, and you have the external success, but it doesn't mean anything on the inside, is that it's also super unhealthy for some people. That's why we see people who are super successful, like a Kate Spade or someone, and they're super successful and we applaud them, but then they commit suicide. We're like, what? And everybody's confused and shocked because they're so nice and they're so amazing. But if success doesn't mean anything on the inside and all it is external, then it's empty and it's meaningless. And that's so normal. It's so normal in our culture. 99.9% of people would see this and they would be like, oh, what? Purpose? That's nothing, right? It doesn't mean anything. And it's so easy and it's so normal too. That's why it's one of the top 5 regrets of the dying, to get to the end of your life and realize that you lived a meaningless life. It's so normal. And for some people, they can do that. They can do a whole bunch of stuff, get to the end of their life, and they're successful, but they're not internally successful. And that is so normal. But just like we saw with that COVID, how that affects some people is different than how it affects other people. COVID, some people had no symptoms at all, and they were completely fine. They didn't even know they had it. And then other people, they had COVID and they couldn't even breathe, suffocating. And some of them lost their lives. That was a good example of how we can see everybody is different, and how certain things affect one person is not how it affects the other person or this person. Everybody's different. And if you are here as someone who is here to help evolve this environment, if you're here to evolve the whole, then there's no way you're going to be able to go day in, day out, doing a whole bunch of stuff, staying busy, looking successful, if you're not on purpose. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. It's just not. And so you can keep doing that, right? Keep doing that. But then that is why some people end up getting sick, or they just can't continue on, right? So success has to have that. You have to have that in true success. It has to be internal. It can't just be external. That's why we always see that. It can't just be external. The other week, my mom helped me to take this sage plant that I had from its original pot and put it into a larger pot so that it could grow roots. And one of the most common ways that sage plants die is because they don't have room to grow, or their roots will rot. So what's funny about root rot is that, the leaves will turn kind of brown and stuff. So I did see the leaves turning brown on that plant. And so when I switched it over to the pot, and then it looked pretty good at first. And literally like a week later, that plant is like shooting out of everywhere. It's like it's growing crazy, right? Because it just needed room to grow. And it needed for the roots to have room to grow. And that is so true about some of us, right? Some of us can't live the meaningless life. It's not for everybody. Some people will do it and they'll only catch it at the end, but it's not for everybody. Just like that sage plant. Some of us have to have room for our roots to grow and have to go a little bit deeper. It's not just external success. That's not going to feed everybody. So if you're here to stop history from repeating, you can't do the same old stuff, unfortunately. You got to know what your purpose is, got to be on purpose. You have to live a life that's in alignment with that. Mind, body, soul, light side, dark side, all of you fully express. So really what it means to live on purpose is to live a fully expressed life. It's just like that plant, I'm like looking at it, it's growing, it's thriving, it just needed room to grow. And a lot of us need that, just have to have room to grow, for our roots to grow. And when you have that, then your life will feel internally and externally successful, right? So you have to have that piece. That piece is like the piece. So get with me if you need life purpose coaching. I offer life purpose coaching. I have Confident on Purpose. I have spots available there. The other thing that I'm throwing out there too for June is the workout calendar. So if you need a workout calendar, that's also available. It's going to be amazing. But get with me if you need purpose or the fitness calendar, especially if you're someone you're here to not keep on doing the same thing. History repeat, history repeat, history repeat. If you've seen it in your family and you know that you don't want that to happen to you, or you know that you want to take a stand, then you have to. Because most people are just not even going to understand this. So it's super crucial if you can even comprehend that you have to do something, right? All right, so I'm hopping off, and I will see you again tomorrow. I'm doing a little live challenge, so I'll be hopping on live every day with some good stuff. I mean, most people are just not going to tell you this, but that's why I have to. All right, so I'm hopping off. Have a good night. Watch the replay if you're just hopping on, and I will see you tomorrow.